Hey guys, I'm back here. I've got two $20 Heads-Up Sit N Gos on the screen here. But before I got into the live play, I just wanted to give you guys a quick look at this program here. This is the FishScope program I mentioned a little bit earlier. It's actually linked to SharkScope, so you actually have to have a SharkScope subscription to use it. But it's a really cool tool, and this is how it basically works. You type in the name, you click this button here, and you type in the name of the player, and it gives you the information on the player here on the left. You can also click here to get your recent results from that player, so you can see what kind of form he's in. But the graph also allows you to have a look at that, whether he's on a big downswing, or whether he's a constant winner over a long sample. So the most important things to be looking at when game selecting are the amount of games, the average stake, the ROI, and the total profits. Pretty much irrelevant. You need to look at the ROI, the amount of games, and the average stake that they've played. Sometimes you get people who are playing way above their means, so maybe they have an average stake of $1 or $2, and you kind of expect that they're going to be scared money if you find them sitting in a $100 Heads-Up Sit N Go, for example. So we're just going to roll on here. As you can see, I check out his recent results before we get into things. So on the left here, I'm dealt ace-4 offsuit here in the big blind. I don't see any need against an unknown here to be raising this hand. And on this board texture here, I'm obviously preoccupied at the moment looking up the players, but I don't see any real need in the early stages to get tricky here and go leading out at this flop or anything. Ace-9 suited on the right, I could be 3-betting as you see me threaten to do. However, I elect to just flat here. When you don't really know how a player plays, I think it's best to err on the safe or the passive side to start with. That's what I tend to do anyway. You can go the complete opposite and be completely aggressive with these guys and try to push them around from the word go. But personally, I like to push my edge post-flop and take a lot of flops and see how we go there before I get a feel for my particular opponent. On the left here, it's a pretty standard check fold. On the right here, we flop the nut flush draw. It's also a really good board to be c-betting. Okay? So we're not sure if our opponent yet understands good boards to c-bet and elements such as that. So what we're going to do here, we do know he's a winning player. So that's the only information we have on him right now, and it is only over a small sample. So what I'm going to do here is lead out at this flop. I think is the best line to take here to make sure that you start building the pot from the word go when our hand's so strong. So he calls, and we turn the nut flush. Right now, you just have to keep betting. You just have to try to get as much chips in the middle as you possibly can. On the left here, 2-3 suited is a standard open here on the button in the early stages of a sit and go. I'm basically opening any suited cards whatsoever, with maybe the exception of like 9-2 and 7-2,